2023. I am Dave Griffith with Manufacturing Hub. Today we have Heiko from SoftServe. He's here to do our end of the day recap. We're going to go have a quick conversation. Heiko, as I was saying, I've met a number of people from SoftServe. I think we met a couple of people from SoftServe on the channel. What is it that you do? What is it that you do? Where do you fit within SoftServe?
Of course. So first of all, thank you very much for having me. SoftServe itself, we are a digital advisor company. We are advisor, we are implementer, we help our customers to thrive. And it could be in many things. However, we are very good if we help our customers in specific areas, verticals, right? So we're here at Hannover Messe, it's an industry fair, right? So we have successful use cases we are highlighting in our booth on leveraging AI for specific processes or using the industrial metaverse, how applying AI in doing fancy stuff going forward. It's not just fancy, it's also, let's say, leveraging future cases, making the computer as an interface, as a 3D interface, right? So like gaming, right? Meaning you talk to new stuff, to new projects in that way, right? Yes. And applying AI in the models, right? So like ChatGPT and some feeding some AIs or feeding test cases. This is where we have our strength. On our booth, we are showing, for instance, a vertical farming use case, right? It's something we generated for customers, but it's more about, how we can optimize, right? It's so, you look at several plants, are they good, are they bad, right? It's a recognition of the plant itself and identifying how you can scale vertical farming, right? In the sense, right? And this is how we can help.
I like that. I've seen a number of vertical farming applications. I think the first one I saw was at the SoftServe booth because I was there at like 10:30 on Monday morning. And so you guys are fairly close to where we are here in Hall 17. I think you guys are maybe 15. And so that was the first of the vertical farming applications. I've seen a couple since then.
Yeah.
And one, I love the vertical farming applications. But what I've told everyone is they are very un-American, right? In America, we do not typically build our farms vertically, but I am absolutely hopeful that we can leverage those technologies to find more efficiency to grow more food locally. I think that's an interesting.
Exactly. That's the point, is growing for food. So the high-level business case is coming more from the need, A lot of countryside are eroding, right? So yes. In the moment, in average, 30% of the area of the Ukraine in the moment is eroding every year.
Yes.
But let's describe the way it's a big area eroding, right?
Yes.
Meaning, in a sense, you need to be more effective. Or climate change, right? So maybe there are more areas where the plants grow perfectly today, may not going forward.
Yes.
Or you want to solve a food problem in areas like in the desert or so where it's not, and with that is something where potentially you can do more. But again, I want to mention farming is just one use case, right? So we leverage the brilliant ideas of our customers going forward, and we neutralize in a way that we are able to handle AI. We are able to handle several simulations.
Yes. No, absolutely. I love that. There are a number of simulations. I'm going to come back and try to grab some more of those tomorrow. It was very busy at the time that I went over to get the vertical farming and the other things. So that is interesting. I know that you said that you've been to Hannover Messe in the past. What is your perspective? How is this year going? Maybe in general, how is this year going compared to when you've been here in the past?
Yeah, so generally speaking, it's like it's more than pre-COVID in the moment. So meaning I think it's a big incline from my perspective. I also like the concept they applied this year at Hannover Messe, right? So they are the software and pieces in one line of the axis, and the other line more the traditional cases, and especially on the software part, on the modernization part, on hiding something to the future, I see a lot of interest, right?
Yes.
It's also Hannover Messe, for instance, showed something around the omniverse, right? And all those cases have in common, you handle data, right? You have a tons of data. How you bring that together? Well, Litmus is our partner, right?
Absolutely. No, I would agree with that. I think that's a really good point. From my perspective, it was fairly busy on Monday. I thought it was fairly busy on
Correct.
Monday compared to what I expected.
Correct.
I think it was absolutely busy on Tuesday, I think it was absolutely busy. On Wednesday, it was still fairly busy, like late morning, early afternoon here. It was a rainy day in Hanover. So for anyone who knows Hanover probably isn't surprised that it's a bit of a rainy day. But it was a bit of a rainy day. There is or maybe is not a bit of a rail strike going on at the moment. And so because of all of that, I think it was a bit of a slow start to the show. Yep. Hi, Karen. It's okay. No, it's okay. Karen was on. Karen realized that she was in. No, it's okay. But no, so I think it was a bit of a slow start. What has surprised me a little bit is how many people have very interactive demos. Like I think we do a fairly good job here at the Litmus booth.
Yeah.
SoftServe does a great job. You guys have a bunch of demos. You've got a lot of Legos and other things getting people to come in. But what has surprised me is there are booths in between where you are and we are that they have 20 by 20 or 20 by 40 booths. And there is one person who works for that company just sitting there talking to no one for many hours because they don't have things to pull them in. So I have found that